Hi guys, it's ASBYT, and the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro are just a few mere days away from launch. So in this video, we're going to go through all of the final rumours and leaks, the design, the specs, the battery, the camera, the price, the launch day, everything. So ladies and gents, the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro, this is it. Right, so let's start with the launch. There are 4 different launch events: London, New York, Bangalore, and Beijing. Now I personally will be going to the one in London. If any of you guys are going, let me know in the comment section below. Love to meet up. I'll also have plenty of OnePlus content coming right your way. Unboxings, reviews, camera comparisons, battery tests, etc. I will also probably be running a giveaway competition, so if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and that you turn on the notification bell so that when I post those videos, you are notified. So let's start with the obvious. Yes, we believe there's going to be 3 different variants, one of them being 5G, and we're just going to put that one to one side for now. The 2 main variants we're going to see is the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, while they're both going to be fairly similar, there's also going to be a few key differences as well. Number 1 is design. Now, on the regular OnePlus 7, we're going to see a 6.2-inch flat AMOLED display, and it's going to be full HD+, whereas on the Pro model, we're due to see a 6.6-inch Quad HD+ curved infinity display. Now, outside of that, another big difference between the displays is the fact that on the OnePlus 7 regular, it's going to be 60Hz. On the Pro, it's going to be 90Hz. So not quite as good as the Razer and the Razer 2, which were 120, but nevertheless, it's going to be better than pretty much every other smartphone display currently right now in terms of that high refresh rate. And in layman's terms, it means that on the Pro model, animations, gaming, for example, are going to feel much smoother because the display is refreshing much quicker. Also on the display, we're due to see an optical fingerprint sensor, not like the Qualcomm 3D version that we see on the Samsung Galaxy S10 range, so potentially quicker but less secure and blinds you in the darkness before bed. Now, both devices are going to run with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 with a minimum of 6GB of RAM on the regular version and the rumoured between 6 and 12 on the Pro model. Now, they've already done 10GB with the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition, so don't be surprised if we do indeed see 12. Again, whether it's necessary or not is another matter. Now we're going to jump onto camera, and again there's going to be similarities but also some quite big differences. Number 1, on the regular 7 we believe we're going to see a dual camera setup, and on the Pro we're going to see a triple lens. We're going to get the same 48 megapixel primary sensor on both. Of course it's going to be 48. Why wouldn't it be? It seems to be all the rage these days. So a 48 megapixel primary lens, and then the secondary lens is going to be a telephoto lens, and it's going to have 3 times optical zoom. So not quite as good as the P30 Pro, for example, but nevertheless, again, it's certainly better than most, which generally have a 2 times optical zoom, and the OnePlus 6T, for example, which only really use digital zoom. So the only lens that's going to be different on the Pro is an additional ultra wide angle lens. There's also a different setup for the front facing camera. We are due to see a water drop notch just like we have on the OnePlus 6T, whereas on the Pro model, because we have this almost completely bezel-less display, we've got a pop-up camera, ladies and gents. It's going to be controversial. I know some people are actually going to go, you know what, I don't mind the teardrop notch, whereas other people will be like, nah, that pop-up is funky. Let me know which camp you're in. Now we jump onto battery. Nearly everyone's touted the Pro model to have 4000 mAh battery capacity, whereas the regular version 4150. And in terms of the charger, 30 watts warp charge like we've seen on the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition, which again, whilst not industry leading, is still one of the fastest chargers around. And finally, we've got to talk price. Generally, OnePlus do tend to shimmy their way up what is that? Shimmy their way up a little bit with price every year, roughly around the $20 mark. Obviously quite a lot more in Indian rupees, but it works out pretty much the same. So don't be surprised if the OnePlus 7 follows suit. Where it's going to change quite drastically is the OnePlus 7 Pro, where everything is leading to a release price roughly around the Samsung Galaxy S10e. 650, 700, somewhere around that mark, which to be honest, based on what it's probably going to come with, I don't think that's a bad price. I also think it's a really smart move from OnePlus creating 2 different models, almost smarter than producing a T model every year, because it gives the people who want the OnePlus brand, love what they do with the phone, love the software, etc., but want a few extra features and are willing to pay more for it. I think the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition was kind of a perfect test. Fair bit more expensive for a few extra features. I think the Pro could be a big hit. Remember, I have tons of video content coming on launch for the OnePlus 7, camera tests, battery tests, so if you want to see those, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you turn on the notification bell so that when I post those videos, you are notified. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. It says ASBYT, peace out.